Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here. Next Level Paint, hitting you up on the literal best of all days, coming to you from the Beats Lab in Hollywood, California. We're doing it again. Battle Ready Minis, LVO around the corner, the road to Las Vegas open, and we gotta paint us 10 Night Lords, Warp Talons. And first thing you're gonna notice is I assembled all of these dudes, magnetized the bases, and threw the textured basing on them. We're gonna grab some testers, spray enamel, gold, and we're gonna be doing a reverse hack, and I'm going to be showing you what I consider battle ready. First thing I did, super ancient Chinese technique. We sprayed them gold. We hit it with a dull coat so that it's not so hydrophobic and it won't repel our paints. To avoid the insanity that is Warp Talons, aka miniaturized Helldrakes, we don't want to paint all that trim. We got to paint 10 of these guys real quick, but we do have to adhere to the Las Vegas Open's Battle Ready guidelines, which is actually above 3-color minimum. I'm going to show you both here today and how you can get these incredibly popular and now very popular models to the tabletop looking pretty good for minimal effort. So what you're noticing here I'm doing a quick dry brush. We're using a big fat dry brush. We'll just use some basic bright golds, some silvers, and we're just doing a top down dry brush technique to get those raised edges. Just try to do as much as we can for as little effort as possible right now. Later there will be effort, I promise you, but this is more of a series of techniques that are secretly easy for getting these crazy models to the table. And that's going to start here with Pro Acryl, award-winning transparent lines. You don't need no contrast. This is actually paint. You can control this much easier, and it's transparent, and we're going to paint the fields of the armor instead of the trim of the armor. And what's cool is by starting with gold and going on with this transparent color, you're actually going to get that candied effect, that metallic effect that people love and covet. So we're just going to find every little piece, go in there and make it happen, do our best not to get it on the trim, and I promise you this is 10,000% easier than doing it the reverse on these types of models with these crazy trim patterns on these Warp Talons. Warp Talons recently went down on points, 25% as per chapter of proof. Also the Night Lord Codex came out, or the Night Lord's rules came out. They got some really clutch stratagems, like the ability to stop people from falling back. All manner of pluses to the charge. We can combo that with the Raptorial Host, and you can get a 3d6 plus 2 charge Warp Talon squad, ignoring Overwatch, tagging every model in the opponent's army, and stopping everything but vehicles from falling back. It's actually pretty incredible when going up against certain matchups, and a lot of people are going to be running this unit. So you can see we're just taking our time, blocking in the fields. This is actually a pretty low stress type of paint job compared to the reverse. And now because we sprayed it gold, we're going to be using gold in more places than we might normally use gold. But that is how we're going to get this thing battle ready. Now, they did put out a video. I do encourage everyone to go over to LVO's website, check out this video they put out for the tournament guidelines, rubrics, counts as, and conversions. And also, they're using GW's battle ready standards, which are, in my opinion, a little bit better than 3-color minimum. So at one point, this guy's going to be 3-color minimum, but then I'm going to show you just a couple techniques to take it to battle ready for minimal impact on your busy life. If you can just do one of these a day, you should be fine. And we're just using the really thin, transparent blue, just knocking it out. It's vastly superior to something like contrast. It's easy to control, easy to paint with, easy to layer up, doesn't fuck your paintbrush up. Vastly superior. Shout out to Pro Acryl, Monument Hobbies, and Creature Caster. And now we're going to pull out a bigger brush, do the backpack, the thrusters, the ass-kicking deployment device where they descend down or whatever they do. I don't know anything about them, their backstory. They're like demon raptors who Freddy Krueger people to death. Basically a whole bunch of scary terrors. We're going to be using their transparent black, transparent reds. They have an entire line of these transparents, guys. And I promise you they don't cost $200 to get the whole set. And we're going to do all the straps, everything like that. You know, it'll be a bit of a candied effect everywhere, but like, don't worry. We're going to use a wash. We're going to lock it all in. And then we're going to basically say, hey, that's 3-color minimum, guys. Actually, 3-color minimum happened right now. Like before, you can get away with this. what you see right here on the table. That is not, however, what LVO is endorsing for 2020 tournament guidelines. And I'll show you how to take it to the next level. We're going to be using some transparent purple on the claws to get some fun, chaotic energy effects. Let some of that candied effect show through. Using the bigger brush again, making it look its best. But blue works really well over gold. If you're ever struggling with this, it's super simple. I mean, you could just thin down paint, probably get the same results. Their formula is very high pigment, very thin. It's almost like an ink, but it's not. We're going to just throw some more transparent black on some of the back stuff. Keep it light and gentle in the back region here. Keep going. Put your favorite audiobook on. You've heard me say that before. And just jam it out. And you should be able to do a lot of these really fast. I'm going to paint the base solid black, just regular ass paint. And we're going to be just doing this one today as a proof of concept before I do the whole squad for LVO. Just to make sure it works, you know? And then after that, I'm going to batch paint them. Simple as that. So right now, you could put this on the table by kind of the old standards and get away with it, you know, as a 3-color minimum. But you can see it sucks. It's terrible. I would never play with this model. I'd feel terrible. So what we're going to do is just to do a quick black wash. Straight up. All up and down his business. Keep it kind of thin. Keep it kind of loose. Stay in motion. Clean it up as you go. Don't let it pull up too heavily anywhere. But this is going to really marry the trim and the armor fields together. Give us that extra layer of definition. And it's going to look pretty good. As you can see, it's drying up right now. We're just manipulating the wash to make sure it's its best and ungarbaged as possible. You don't want to let oceans of wash pull up in the crevices and the recesses. You just want to stay active when you wash like this. You don't want to just fire and forget because then it sucks. Boom. All right. Feeling it. Suddenly it's a lot better looking than it was a second ago. It's dried. It's looking a little crusty. Maybe a little dirty. But you can get away with that. I would consider that battle ready. Straight up. That would meet their guidelines. But guys, of course, we're going to take it a little bit further than that because I think everyone wants to challenge themselves and exercise a little bit of effort. Even when saving time using all these hacks. We're doing a quick light dry brush on the base using a series of browns, ochres, and bone colors randomly pulled from my painting drawer. Don't even know which ones. Super easy. Get yourself some brown. Too easy. We'll be able to put a tuft of grass on. We'll be able to do anything you want to the base. The more base work you do, the better. Okay. I'm going to do a little quick highlighting on his belt buckles that hold his backpack on, just some gray, because that needs to be pulled off of him a little bit to look his best. And we're just talking 3 minutes tops of quick highlighting right here on his chest to give him that effect. Super easy. Just bang it out. He's got a little belt buckle. He's got straps. The straps are kind of eroded, and you can kind of see what's under the straps. So, of course, we should go in there and paint what's under the straps using a little bit of our transparent red. Introduce a little bit more red to that Nylord style. In just a few seconds of extra work, you got some bonus details. Look at that. Just a little bit of effort. You know, let's save it up. Effort on the back end. We're doing the eyes right now, giving them a nice insidious glow. Let's slap a tuft of grass on the base. Hey, look, 2 levels of Baesing now. It's just not dirt. It's dirt and grass. Look at that. Now we're going to just grab that same transparent blue, mix a little white into it, and we're just going to do some really nonsensical edge highlighting against the inner field up against the trim, kind of simulating some streaky, sort of lightning-esque highlight schema because the trim already is simulating lightning, and this will go a long way to make it seem like we busted our ass on this model. Just find all the little areas on his face, his shoulders, and I'd say you can get away with a highlight workup like this in less than 7 minutes of actual effort to just take it to that 1 degree above that battle ready guideline. And you can do 1 a day, super easy, guys. Or you can batch paint them all at once. What I recommend is spray them all gold, do all the fields blue, and then start doing stuff like this one by one as you approach your event. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this content. Play on, players. If you like these tutorials, check out Next Level Painting on Patreon. Become a patron of the arts today. We offer early and exclusive access to our videos and a rewards program for different pledge levels. Patreon is PayPal and credit card secure, so you don't have to worry about that. We use 100% of the money to improve our process.